Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have the following topic today. A lot of people ask this question. Why should I buy expensive monitors, expensive headphones, and carefully mix everything when people who don't have a musical ear will end up listening to my music on average headphones that cost about 1,000 rubles? So, why should I even bother in that case? Why should I bend over backwards and chase after this level of quality? Let's try to give an example, but not from music. Let's take cinema, for instance. If you watch a more or less decent Russian film, and then after that, a Hollywood movie, let's say, imagine they're both playing without sound. All the artists, the actors are there, they're just opening their mouths like fish. Just by looking at the picture, you can tell which one was made in Hollywood and which one was made here. I think you'd figure it out right away. And let's think about what exactly makes you able to tell. How is that possible? Something's happening, and there are actors in both films. They're good in both cases. Let's say those are the best actors in Russia and average actors in America. But why do we notice it, even without any, let's say, professional, critical, or cinematic taste? We're not that well versed, but we notice it right away. It's all about the nuances. It's about the camera work, it's truly about the important work of those talented individuals who meticulously write the script. It's about the costumes, in other words, all the little details. The cinematographers there pick out these super precise, geometrically correct angles. I'm not an expert in this, but there's a whole science behind how it's done. Of course, they have different budgets, which allow them to take all these, let's say, little details into account. And it's the same thing here. When your good track is generally mixed, in a slapdash version, it might sound good in a vacuum. So if you take a person, upload your track to their phone, give them any headphones, and send them off to a deserted island, like Robinson Crusoe, so they can hang out there with your track. Just imagine the movie Castaway, but instead of a volleyball, he has your track. In that kind of vacuum, everything will sound fine for him. So he'll be listening to your song, enjoying it. He doesn't have any other options. But we live in a world where right next to you, in the playlist, there's Ariana Grande. Right next to you, there are groups like Daft Punk. And right next to you is Adele. And when that switch happens from one to the other, even if you're singing there, also in English trying to sound Western, there will still be, let's say, a bit of a rustic vibe. And this is where the question arises for many who really aspire to be stars: self respect, so that at least this seam isn't noticeable. And here's your answer as to why you need high level mixing and mastering in the first place: good equipment, and for a specialist with a lot of experience to work on all of this. It's exactly for that subtle feeling when you're not basically in some kind of vacuum. Many people call this an abstract collective feeling, like professional quality. And the average listener, that's exactly how they think about it. So, this professional quality, they can't explain why it sounds professional. But we over here, we hear it, meaning there's good tonal balance, the space is well put together, the arrangement makes sense. So we can understand it, pinpoint why. Don't think that an average listener, just because they don't know all these things, the inner workings, the anatomy of a track, won't figure it out. They have a trained ear and they'll quickly pick up on what the problem is. All right. So here, of course, it's up to the artist to decide how much to invest in mixing and how much overall. If they're doing it themselves, how much to invest in equipment in learning this craft. But usually, in my experience, beginner artists don't understand why such quality is necessary, since they think their audience can't tell the difference anyway. The audience can tell. All the best to you.